It's okay whenever you need me. Call me.
Yo, so I'm drawing my boy Shaman because I can, and I
Mhm.
swear, since the artists never know what fucking skin tone they want to do for him, I'm like, great, I don't want to have to pick the various red tones for this man. But if I have
Mhm.
to, I'll figure something out.
Yeah, the real moneymaker on Shaman is that long hair, man. As long as you get that
Oh,
right.
yeah, don't worry about the long hair. The long hair is
Okay.
not the issue, my friend.
Mhm.
Doesn't
Gotcha.
matter where, it doesn't matter when. I will be there for you till the very end. Make trouble.
Mhm.
I'm there on the double.
Uh, Speaking of the very end, it turns out Avatar, the Netflix show, got more views than One Piece.
Yep, I
I
read
did
that
see that.
before. Oh
Because
yeah,
a lot of people were hate watching it.
I read that off screen. We said that off screen because I said that after our review, which you can watch on the channel, audience, by the way.
Mhm.
So, um, our
So,
review is so
yeah, season two is pretty much guaranteed at that point, you know?
yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, Kamala X Miles. Uh,
I want to say my thoughts for that.
gang
Oh,
Marvel's gang
oh,
war ends today.
yep. Oh, well,
Yeah,
speaking of which, you know what comes out this week, Jake?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Spider-Man from the Spectacular Writer, man.
That's cool. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, come on, man. Come on. Jump in the party.
I'm good.
Yeah, I have better things to look forward to,
Mhm.
like
Jake,
going on my alt Twitter and seeing some amazing fan art.
Yeah,
gotcha.
It's
Jake,
okay to
so
have
you're
fan art. I'm just not showing it to y'all because why would I do that?
so Jake, we got you into hate reading Fantastic Four, but we can't get you into joy reading Spider-Man.
I was just curious. I just
I
want to see.
mean, Jake, you can always start reading fan fiction like me.
Listen, I already have a book. His name is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, just letting you know, audience, I might be a little bit delirious today. It's been a very interesting day, but I'm still
Mhm.
here and I'm still kicking.
did it involve going to the dentist or something and getting those dentist drugs?
No, it's just working with the people that I work with really does something to you.
Okay, that's an experience that nobody else can have.
Yeah, you're telling me, man. And I've worked with a lot of these people for almost 3 years, and I need out. I need an out.
Mhm.
Wow, I know a good out. It's called talking about the comic news of the week. So how about we get to it?
Hell yeah, let's
Gotcha.
start. Cryptid.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me start us off. Welcome to Comic Fanatic Live. You're here with me, Cryptid Seeker 415. Going to be talking to you guys about a Spider Boy going superior tonight.
And my name is Jake Tylenol. Through danger or trouble, I'm there on the double. You know, you can always call Jake Tylenol. Do 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 do.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, and I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he. And I'm still waiting for my fucking debit card to come in the mail, bank. What the fuck? Where is it?
But but yeah, together we form the Phanatics, and we talk about the comic news and reviews of the week.
Yay.
Yay!
Now plug in our socials, which.
Yeah, okay, that was funny. I'm sorry. Like halfway, we
Mhm.
were like, Anyways, hello. First of all, subscribe to the fucking YouTube channel because I said so. This podcast is slowly turning me into a Vivzy Pop character. I'm just letting you know that now. So subscribe to the YouTube channel because I can, and I said so. Anyways, you can
Mhm.
also follow us on Twitter at Comic Fanatic 69. We do post things on there, by the way. I just posted just recently, letting y'all know that this episode is up. Let's see if I
Yay.
remember to post other things too. Woo!
Mhm.
Anywhoosies. If you want to follow me, your boy, you can follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. I think I'll change it one of these days, but today is not that day.
Mm.
Anyways,
Mhm.
if you want to follow me on the TikToks and the Instagrams, you can follow me at witch underscore of underscore Jotunheim. Yeah, I've been posting a lot of actually decently well talked videos. well, to my knowledge. So go watch those videos. Yeah, go watch the one where I'm talking about some indie books I like. Go watch that one. Go interact with that one. Any whoosies, if you want to find Cryptid, you know how to summon him. I don't know, something with the Pledge of Allegiance and a bald eagle, and I don't fucking know. Anyways, if you want to follow, if you want to try to find Jake, I don't know where he is. Honestly, he's somewhere. He keeps disappearing.
Impossible.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go try to find a way to fight Grendel, and we should get this started.
Yay. Alrighty then. With that, who wants to start us off tonight?
You know, guys, I just want to start this night off by saying I was rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Great show. Anyway, Superman Legacy cast revealed. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they revealed the casting for Barry White.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about like Cars or L or like mostly.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that part.
Well, according to the Legacy cast, apparently I could be wrong, but Millie I don't know how to say that. Millie Alcock is Cars or L. Okay.
Oh man, James Gunn is going against the sidekick rule. You realize that, right?
What? So how far is this Superman in his career? Is what I have.
Yeah, that's what I want to know too. Like, according to the rules of comic book movies, the first movie is supposed to emphasize the main character, Superman. Then his supporting family will come in the second film. You know?
Maybe. Well, so this movie seemed. I believe James Gunn poised it as like James Gunn was like, I want to make a movie where Superman has to learn about his Kryptonian heritage. Well, who's going to teach him that? Got to be Supergirl, right? So like that's what I assume is Supergirl's just coming in to introduce the heritage of Krypton. So.
Okay, when you say it like that, Jake, James Gunn, I want to give you some advice. You're walking a tightrope with that plot thread, you know. So be cautious, you know.
And I'm gonna assume because I'm looking at the players we got on the board. I'm assuming there's gonna be like you said All-Star Superman, and I'm not fully familiar with that story. I just know the gist of it. I'm also expecting a little bit of Batman, Superman, World's Finest. No, not that one. Batman, Superman, Apocalypse. That's the one. And where Supergirl shows up, and then everyone's like, "Well, what do we do with her?" And Clark's got to defend her or something like that. You know, some kind of.
I don't know how they would do All-Star Superman because that story was all about Superman dying.
Right. So I don't know what he means by that. Unless I'm just misremembering. An audience, you remind me if I'm misremembering what he said. That's what I remember. So.
Gotcha. But again, you're already going to have members of the JSA already in here, like, you know, including Guy Gardner and that stuff, and I believe Hawkgirl was announced. Yeah, James Gunn, you could trim it down a bit. I know you're known for your Guardians of the Galaxy and your Suicide Squad projects, which feature a whole bunch of superheroes in one, but you know, you gotta nail Superman. Make him the star. You know, we all want to come here and see Superman done right.
I feel like he will be the star. I just feel like these characters are not going to be as focused on as people think. That's what I think. I think it's going to be Clark's the star, Kara's the foil, and Lex Luthor is probably. I mean, I'm looking at this cast here. I think Lex Luthor is going to be the main villain, basically. He's gonna do something. I think this is going to be more Superman, Batman, Superman, World's Finest, and then the Apocalypse plots we're using. I don't think it's going to be like All-Star Superman. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. But speaking of that, what do you think of the design of his shield? I mean, not his shield, his S.
It looks cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It looks pretty.
I don't really got much on it. It's the Superman logo. It's hard to fuck that up.
Yeah,
Which would it surprise you if I told you I've been seeing some people online saying, "Oh my God, look at the way this S was made for Superman's logo. We're not watching Superman movie because of that." Like,
just because of a logo, I've seen worse Superman logos.
I know, like, and no, it's just everybody wants to find whatever excuse they can to not watch this movie because Zack Snyder's not doing this universe anymore.
Yeah, because a lot of people who supported Zack Snyder were freaking far right incels, man.
Or definitely.
It's like, I know that I don't leave the house often, but I at least know At least I know the feelings of another person,
Which, let me tell you, like, my Twitter feed used to be filled with people just bitching nonstop and sucking off everything Snyder did, and it was driving me insane. I was like, bro, this is
I was around during the hype of, like, Superman, Man of Steel, and the whole Snyderverse coming into fruition. Those were very mixed to negative reactions by the public. A lot of people tend to forget that,
Just remember, I've known you guys since before the Zack Snyder Justice League movie came out, and I remember when Jake and Austin told me to watch it, or whoever the fuck made me watch it. It took me 4 days to watch it because it was so boring. I was able to watch it too, but it was so boring.
I think it was me. Maybe I don't know what mindset I have to be in because I hate the Snyder movies. I don't think I would ever tell you.
Jake, no offense, but we are known to hate watch things sometimes.
That is true. You do kind of spit. You kind of spit game there. But maybe I was like, just watch it with us, so we can just maybe I don't know.
But yeah. In terms of a logo for Superman, it's there. I mean, yeah, I could definitely tell. You could definitely see they emphasize the red stripe on it. But keep in mind, audience, when it comes to movies, you need to adjust the logo or any symbol just a bit for merchandising reasons.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking on Google because I'm looking through images and I see the Superman, the animated series Superman. I'm like, bro, I just kind of want this show, but like live action.
That might be the one we're getting with James Gunn, for all we know. I swear, ever since I saw the casting they got for what's his name, Jimmy Olsen, I'm like, oh my god, you casted somebody who's a redhead with freckles that's Caucasian. Wow, like. Wow! Like,
he's got a bit James.
Yeah, I mean that just kind of like shows me a little bit that like maybe James Gunn's whole master plan is to make a Superman that actually everybody likes.
Yeah, we'll see.
A comic accurate Superman.
We'll and then we got Mr. Terrific in here as well. I don't know what role he'll play. Again, if we're going with the world's finest thing, which I think personally, I think he's gonna play the role of Toyman from the movie. I don't know if he's actually
Gotcha. I also want to see my douche Guy Gardner in there. Like,
Yeah.
I swear I have a good friend who actually acts a lot like Guy Gardner. So and he just happens to be his favorite Green Lantern too. So even though he lives like a couple states away from me, we're going to try to see it together when this movie comes out.
I'm happy for you. I don't know about a guy in real life who acts like Guy Gardner. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey.
But he's a friend. I respect him.
Hey. Gotcha. Hey, we went through high school together, man. That's as close as you could be in friends.
No, we didn't.
Okay. All right. I think we talked enough about that. You guys want to move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. Who wants to do this one?
I think Jake should.
Oh, I have no relationship with this franchise, but
I could do this. I could do this if you guys want. I have some relation to it.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, audience. The next topic is Kickass spin-off called Stuntman in the works.
Cool.
Is it a movie about Stuntman? I don't know what you want from me, man.
It apparently is going to center around two people who actually work as stuntmen who, we're going to see their story or them actually saying, screw this, let's become superheroes of our own,
Cool.
Okay.
Well,
that was a nice topic.
Yeah, why should these Brad Pitt and Chris Evans looking actors get all the credit for being superheroes when we're the ones actually going through burning buildings and stuff, Like,
yeah, sure, we can go.
So are you excited for this?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's okay. I was just surprised that they're continuing on with Kick-Ass. I recall, like, they originally wanted to make, like, a Hit Girl spin-off, but unfortunately the actress is too old to be playing Hit Girl or something like that,
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, sorry. They wanted a prequel, the Kickass, which was going to center on Hit Girl. So meaning they will have to get another actress.
Sounds like it wasn't a big hit. Da-dum.
Yeah. It had its heyday moment back in the day, you know. Like I like the commentary it made on, like, you know, a person actually trying to attempt to be a superhero in real life, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, when a lot of people like to look at something like Watchmen and saying, look, this is how superheroes would be treated in or reacted towards if they were in a realistic world. But in my view, I would say like Kick-Ass shows a more realistic take on what a person would be treated as and reacted towards in real life, you know?
Which is?
Yeah, just a guy in cosplay walking around the streets not knowing what the hell they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
That's just me every time I leave a convention.
Well, why don't you go full time?
In cosplay. I'm just like, what am I doing?
Which random Tuesday you're going out on patrol in your cosplay?
Oh yeah, I've done that.
In the mean streets.
I've walked around in public in cosplay before.
And crime-ridden streets, which
I live in the city. There's gonna be crime regardless. I live in fuck-ass Arizona, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And a university town.
Yeah.
Which lives in Gotham City. Little did you know.
Apparently, I live in Gotham City now.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you know.
And, like, I'm still questioning why I still live with my parents.
Gotcha. Because you guys know the only closest success we had, like, that to a real-life superhero, you know, I'm talking about wearing a costume and going by a code name, was a guy by the name of Phoenix. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
No. Oh, Phoenix Jones? Yeah, I know that. I know the guy.
Yeah, Phoenix Jones, yeah, who made some questionable decisions towards the end of his superhero gig.
Who hasn't made a questionable decision? I after San Diego Comic-Con 2 years ago, I literally went to get dinner with my family with my face painted pink and you know, in front of a whole bunch of people. Like, I didn't care, but just visualize me with pink face paint and all that jazz at a restaurant. Yeah,
hey.
Just imagine that. The amount of times I've been in cosplay out in public is not funny.
Have you used your cosplaying to save a life in the streets, Witch?
No. Bitch, you know how expensive these cosplays are? Fuck no. What do I look like to you?
Aren't you supposed to look?
Which is a superhero cosplay. I'm wearing platform boots.
I was about to say, aren't you supposed to look like a hero, Witch? Like.
Yeah, like 2 of my fucking cosplays.
Gotcha.
For real.
Okay, but going back to the topic at hand, Stuntman spinoff in the works. Okay, I mean, I was actually kind of expecting them to do the next person who was Kick-Ass in the comics. I don't know if you guys knew that there was somebody else who took up the mantle.
Are you sure it's not your mom?
Well, she's a person of color, if that counts too, which
that
that's
close
close enough.
Yeah, here you go. Give her the fucking suit. Let's go.
Yeah, a person person of color woman who was from the military who literally has no association with Kick-Ass at all. Decided to wear his mantle.
Anyway.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we totally care about this topic, apparently. Are you sure
I feel like an
Austin topic?
I feel like this would have been more juicier if we had Austin here. Dang it, Austin, get over here. Do we have to sing the Pledge of Allegiance in front of an animal for you to pop up, man? Come on.
No, remember we have to talk about characters that he doesn't like for him to pull up. So just remember that.
Gotcha. But anyway, you guys want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, look.
I'm actually questioning what this next topic is all about because I don't know.
Do you guys want to save this topic for when Austin is here?
Yes.
I know. I actually reviewed this story.
Okay, cool. So tell me about the Suicide Squad refunds.
The Unalive Squad.
The Unalive Crew refund.
The Unalive Crew has been refunded. Okay, or at least from my understanding, the game is kind of a mess or whatever. I haven't played the game. I don't know. I don't play the game. I just know the story. People want refunds. They're not caring about the game. It's such a buggy mess on PlayStation. People are just like, give me a refund, Sony.
I love PlayStation just as much as the next guy, but are we really shocked about this?
Right.
Jake,
Are we shocked? No.
Jake, so are you telling me the marketing decision behind saying that this was the last work of Kevin Conroy ended up backfiring on them?
I don't know if it was that. I just don't think the game is apparently that appealing to a lot of people. I haven't played the game. I don't know if it's good or not. I just know I enjoyed the story. For people who don't know, like, everybody cried about the Justice League dying. I don't care. They die all the time. But
we have to pinpoint what was the dragon that slayed this franchise, Jake. What do you think it was?
Was it? I'm just saying that story-wise, it was pretty solid, and people could just get over that. That's pretty solid. But as far as the game, I can't speak to the game, and I'm not gonna be honest. I am gonna be honest. I'm not lying. No. If you ask me to pay $70 for a game that's not working in any way, I'm all for a refund.
Yeah, I would be pissed too. Like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. $70 is way too expensive for video games, and I get why games are more expensive now. It's way more complicated than it sounds, but like,
hey, Nintendo has not failed me yet, bitches. Nintendo has not failed me yet.
You and I have different experiences with Nintendo, bitches.
Nintendo has not failed me.
But
I got a pre-order game anyways.
And we the article. I like I said, I just saw this news today. I know we posted it in the top thing, but I'm like unprepared. They're fixing, so there's still apparently issues within the game for what I'm skimming through. And now players are asking for a refund, it seems, because of these issues. Sony released a statement saying, "Thank you for contacting PlayStation support regarding the game. We apologize for the delay in responding. You contacted us because the item you purchased could not be used. After reviewing the request, the purchase for Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League Digital Deluxe Edition was canceled, and the purchase price was credited to your account balance. I hope this helps. If you have any further questions, please contact PlayStation support." So this actually was refunded for some people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did anything go right with this game?
The voice acting was amazing.
I'll take your word for it because I have not indulged in any flavor of
I love
pertaining to this game.
When Captain Boomerang says, like, "Oh, we bloody did it! We killed the Justice League!" that was peak voice acting. I love that.
That's just me on a good day.
Oh.
That's me when I get to talk about my silly little things on.
Yeah, Captain. Do yourself a favor and like just listen to Captain Boomerang in the game. His voice acting is like peak the whole time.
There you go. So here's another question for you, Jake. Do you think Joker is going to save this game?
No, absolutely not.
A Joker going superhero? You don't think so, man?
It was already one thing to kill Arkham Batman, which was already like a huge thing, and I respect them for having the balls to do it, right? Even though they did it terribly, but I respect it. It's another when you're like, also we're gonna bring back the Joker, but he's gonna be nothing like the Joker that you like. So I'm like, I don't care. So you know what I mean?
Well, if it makes y'all feel better, apparently we will get a final performance, a proper one of both Joker and Batman in the upcoming Crisis of Infinite Earths movie.
People say
the animated one.
So.
God dang it, Mark Hamill! Like, just when I believed you when you said you're finally done with Joker, bam, this comes up.
Good thing he was actually not done, so he could have a final performance. Huh?
Okay. But no, after that, that's going to be the official end of Joker for Mark Hamill, you know?
Yeah. Which is fine. I know people like Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. They're iconic. Don't get me wrong, but I cannot.
It's an iconic duo. It's hard to like separate the two. And I think Mark Hamill even said on record saying that he won't voice Joker anymore, especially since Kevin Conroy passed away. Rest in peace.
That's the reason. The reason is because like he would often do his voice recordings of Joker when Kevin Conroy was in the recording booth with with him too, so they could build off each other. But now that he's gone, and now that the voice actress for Harley Quinn is gone, yeah, I can see why he wants to retire at that point.
Yeah, no, I get it's like I just hope that people don't forget that Joker and Batman have been voiced by like a million other people by now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I hope, because like now that they're gone, like people, you get the things like, man, no one's ever gonna replace Kevin Conroy. And I'm like, well, he's a great voice, but there are other Batman.
Until
like there have been many people who have voiced Batman in the past, and even now.
Yeah. Until they do it.
But
until
don't get
they.
me wrong, Kevin Conroy is iconic.
Yes.
No one's denying that.
No one's denying.
However, we also have to acknowledge the truth in the room.
Yeah. Right. And just wait until they do an update on the AI voice recording software. So we.
It's like it's kind of like how people treat Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime. It's like, yeah, he's a great Optimus Prime, but like we've had more times with other people being Optimus than him. I feel so.
Gotcha. I think it was William Shatner who commented on this, like when it comes to like whether he feels comfortable if AI software will do his voice for Captain Kirk after he passes away, and he responded by saying, "Well, I'm okay with it if they do it after I pass away, and if those proceeds do go to my family afterward, still go to my family."
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would just rather they just don't bring Kirk back. I like people understand like how much Star Trek did a great job of feeling like a real place you could live in. Like I challenge people to watch Star Trek TNG, like, and just not feel like you're in that universe because it just feels so real. How the characters act and react to situations. Like there's just times where like Riker and the crew are talking about something that just seems like so goofy and so nerdy, but they talk about it with such conviction. Like you feel like you're like in the office. Like it's like something you would talk about with your coworkers. That's how it feels like. So like, I just wish that Star Trek would move on from Kirk and do other things because it's always been stronger when it's moving forward and being like a real place as opposed to nostalgia.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Well, yeah, we managed to squeeze some time from this topic. So, yeah, you guys feel proud of yourselves?
I don't care.
Okay. But anyway, hopefully you'll feel somewhat pleased by the next topic, and I got this one. Thunderbolts updated with team updates include being a team that's Suicide Squad inspired, and also Bucky is benched, quote unquote.
So Suicide Squad in concept or Suicide Squad like is in movies?
In practice.
Concept. In practice, yeah. To that, I'll say I have seen an example of that done right in the comics, but the problem is that this is not the team you do that with. Like,
Cryptid, if you don't mind me asking, which team would this work best for?
We saw a perfect example of that when we had the Thunderbolts in the King in Black tie-in. That was the one where you had Taskmaster, Buttruck the Leaper, Rhino, Nightmare, who else? Some electric guy, and Star.
Some electric guy, Jesus Christ!
No, they did something fun. Like he got killed, that electric guy, right? And what does Buttruck do?
Where's my girl's songbird?
Yeah, what does Buttruck do? He just takes his boots and puts it on himself, and now he has electric legs. Boom. Again, in practice, and funny enough, that same exact Suicide Squad, that same exact Thunderbolts run, actually did include Sentry too. So but yeah. Again, the problem was never really solved in accordance with what fans are not really liking about this adaptation of Thunderbolts. Just basically the roster you chose, Marvel. And as far as Bucky being quote unquote benched, that seems to just imply that it's not Bucky going to be leading this team. It's more so going to be Yelena leading this team.
I thought we already knew that, though.
Oh, well, it seems like it's confirmed now because I guess everybody was expecting Bucky to have a bigger role in this team.
You would think. You would think we would get something nice. No, we don't
Yep.
get jack shit in this house.
I mean, he can
Yep.
still have a big role. He just wouldn't be the leader. That's
Yep.
fine.
Oh,
Let's
and
have
then
Yelena be the leader, just out of spite to Cryptid.
what? Hey, I have no problem with Yelena.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
was it
I have
Jake?
a problem with Yelena. I'm the one who doesn't.
Despite Jake, sorry, my bad. Despite Jake,
Wow,
Yelena
wow,
should be the leader.
why did you automatically assume I had a problem with
I
Yelena?
forgot
What?
who had a problem with Yelena.
Which you point that spite at me, sir. Okay. Let me...
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
pointing
God.
the spite at you. My apologies, Cryptid. And we're doing this out of spite of Jake. I forgot who had the beef with Yelena.
Yeah, I don't like Yelena, but like I don't know if she's written right. I don't care.
As
But,
long as
Oh.
it's not Red Guardian, we're fine.
audience, just so you know, I didn't like Yelena because I didn't like her whole plot at Hawkeye. I thought it was like really dumb. Like I didn't like her attitude of that show at all.
I'll admit this, it did not age well, I'll tell you, because I rewatched Hawkeye. I still like it for its charm, mainly with Kate Bishop and Cliff Barton. I just love those two as a dynamic duo. But Yelena, yikes. Yeah, that did not sit well with her vendetta against Hawkeye, even though we all know he...
Listen, go back and rewatch the show. She's gonna like blame Hawkeye, who she knows for a fact is like Natasha's best friend, because some random stranger who wants her on the team told her Hawkeye killed Black Widow. You don't even think for a minute, like maybe I should ask Clint what happened. Like you know what I mean? Like I just try. Like what?
And you know what's even more messed up, Jake? You know damn well she's gonna be making fun of John Walker for what he did to that flag smasher.
Yeah, definitely. Because I would.
All right. I already have my ammunition ready for any member of the team looking to insult my boy John. Like, hey, yeah, Yelena, you know all about aiming at the right person, right? Right? Yeah. That's what I thought. But another part to this update is the fact that apparently the name Thunderbolts might actually just be a name that Yelena picked because it was the name of her soccer team as a child.
Oh, I don't care if she comes up with the name, but I don't like that. That's just...
You know what that shows, Jake? That's just showing us a glimpse that this is going to have the Marvel humor, man.
I don't like it because it's like it just sounds so cheesy for a team that's supposed to be like the anti-Avengers. You know what I mean?
Yep, the Black Ops team. You know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so that seems just kind of that's a bit too silly. If that's true. This is according to rumors.
Especially since you have a perfect storyline already. Like, just say it's named after Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, I mean, if Thunderbolt Ross is the president, then that means he already has to be in charge.
Yeah, you could write a way of saying that. Okay, well, after Thunderbolt Ross gets defeated, right? You can have a branch of the government saying, okay, yeah, he may be defeated, but he is right about one thing. We do need a team that does the work that America can't be seen doing. Right. So we're going to have this Black Ops superhero team do justice like thunder.
Yeah. And just so the audience knows, I'm not against like this team roster. I know people are hung up on like the whole like they all pretty much do the same thing. I'm like, no, I mean like we have movies where we have a team of people with specialized skills. You can diversify them and figure out who's good at what.
Jake, I'm telling you, there's going to be more controversies into this team once we get to the first trailer of this. I'm telling you that, man.
It just depends on the mission they're doing. Like if they're doing like an actual Avengers mission, this should be like the Expendables or like Mission Impossible or something. Like it shouldn't be like a straight up like Avengers film with these characters.
Another premise, apparently, according to this article, was the fact that this team consists of villains and anti-heroes that are sent on missions to die. So I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a lot of meat in here than I thought. I mean, the biggest Thunderbolts fan we know is Austin, and god dang it, Austin, of all days for you not to be here, you know?
For real, we're blaming Austin for all of our problems.
Yeah, yeah. That's like me not showing up for a Deadpool heavy topic you know?
Hey, I always try to show up. I even showed up on my birthday. Just letting you know, audience. I decided to come here on my birthday instead of partying now on my 22nd. Anyways, are we skipping the Morals of Kamala topic?
No, we were talking about that.
Okay, just double checking. I thought that was an
Gotcha.
Austin topic.
All right. Any final thoughts, guys?
Not really.
Okay.
This is a very electrifying topic.
Yeah, man, we're going through these topics fast. I noticed.
Shut up, don't say that.
Hey, I haven't said that in months. All right. I haven't said that in months. All right. Okay, so.
You say that every single time. Don't lie to me.
Hey, if only we had a way to look back at our previous recordings, and see if that statement's true.
I will.
Okay.
That all the time. It's just like me saying your mom. Okay, like this is a constant
okay, Jake.
thing. Anyways, let's move on before we get to an argument.
Okay. Go ahead, Jake. That's going to be your job for the week. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Okay, Miles and Kamala to go on a double date with Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy.
What the fuck?
Oh. And no, this is not Spider. This is not Spider Gwen. This is Gwen Stacy 616.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so I know that there's a Gwen Stacy book coming out right now, like Spider Gwen specifically. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just correct me if I'm wrong here. Isn't 616 Gwen Stacy like you know?
She's dead. She's been dead for like years.
Like, you know, if it was like, Mary Jane or Black Cat or literally anyone else, this wouldn't be a conversation. But
I feel like if I was in Marvel editorial, I would like mandate a character. I don't know what his name would be. He would just be some random guy, right? And like he would just go around just like making sure shit doesn't happen in the Marvel universe. And like
forget me not, but then he got killed, and everyone forgot about him.
So listen, like his first issue, right, would be I put him in Spider-Man randomly. Spider-Man would like going to like visit Gwen's grave, finds us the file, he opens it up. Gwen's corpse is just like mangled and destroyed, like beyond repair. So like she just can't come back. Like that'll be like the first thing.
It's like the thing is, it's like come on, like you guys won't bring back Marvel fully. Why do y'all keep trying to fucking bring back Gwen Stacy?
Right.
The angle of Gwen at this point is she's that ex-girlfriend that will never let you move on in life. You know what? Come on, woman.
Okay, let me. What the fuck?
Which she died when she's died. She comes back and dies all the dang time, multiple times. You know.
So do a lot of other people.
And here
between them and her is that she had a full on like it was like a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why they never brought back Marvel because of the reason he had like a whole thing going on.
Do you think this is because Marvel's like, okay, we want to wash our hands from this whole woman in the refrigerator thing with Gwen, so we're just gonna bring her back every other month.
You know what double pisses me off about this? You know what double pisses me off? Okay, so I know this book is bad. However, in Trial of Magneto issue 5, we were supposed to get North Star's daughter back. And it's been 3 years, Marvel, you pieces of shit. Give me back Joanne. I want North Star to be happy for once.
Marvel's like, we need the pretty blonde lady to come back, which...
Baby? Not the baby that almost got murdered, but then ended up dying of AIDS anyways?
Marvel will be like, we need to sell variants, which... We need to sell variant covers. Like...
Audience, I'm gonna be for real with you. I'm writing this fucking fan fiction.
Gotcha.
Where North Star just goes off. Anyways, let's get on to the actual fucking topic.
No. Okay, let me read the whole premise. This was in the Marvel previews catalog I got this week at Comics. All right. Oh, this is actually from the Spectacular Spider-Man book of all books from Greg Wiseman, Jake. So, okay. The premise is. Love is in the air at Empire State University, Coffee Bean, as Miles Morales and Kamala Khan get their first date alongside Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy.
Oh, I still don't
Yeah.
like it, but that's a little better than what I thought was happening.
Okay, I want to see. I would find this pretty weird to be in Miles' shoes at this point. 'Cause it's wait, didn't they try hitting him and Spider-Gwen up in the comics?
Oh yeah, definitely. They had like a whole multiversal love story.
Yes, yes. So, how would it be to be in a double date with an older version of your love interest?
Hey Miles, maybe stop trying to get Peter's hand-me-downs, and you would be right. It's not Peter's fault.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Peter should be dating Gwen. He should be moving on with Black Cat. That's the new pillar of his love.
No, they broke up, Jake. Remember?
I know, but I'm saying it's so dumb because they could have just done that, and you would have been like,
you know what? You know, at least give Peter some form of happiness. He's already getting cucked by Paul, so he doesn't have Mary Jane to come back to. He broke up with Black Cat. Like, who else does he have now?
I don't know, fucking Deadpool. Shit, I don't.
Get back together with Black Cat.
No, Johnny Storm. Peter
Nah.
Storm. Let that be a thing. Marvel,
Nah.
fucking cowards. You let Iceman come out back in 2015. It is time to let Johnny Storm come back.
Which it's already been long established that Peter Parker has a type. Like all the women he's dated, they literally have the same body type. They're the supermodel.
To that somehow, fuck.
Johnny just needs the body
Y'all
type.
are cowards. Marvel
Listen,
are cowards.
Which here's what we're saying: if Johnny puts in the work for his body, he can get with Peter. That's what we're essentially saying right now.
He already has snatched waist. He's the fucking Human Torch. He can do whatever you want.
So I just can't imagine Johnny pulling off the Black Cat body.
If Johnny Storm can fuck Akihiro, he can get with fucking Spider-Man.
But speaking of that, like there's something we're not really talking much about in this topic. It's the fact that Miles and Kamala are finally dating.
Yes,
that's not my issue though.
Thank God, finally they're dating.
Love that for them.
What's your issue, Witch?
I don't have an issue with that. I love that for them.
Yeah, I mean, good for Miles. Like, you're stepping away from Peter's hand-me-downs. And you know what? With Kamala, you know, we've seen the relationship develop when they were in the Avengers, when they were in Champions. And I know everybody hates Civil War 2, but when it came to, like, you know, Miles breaking down after everybody saw him killing Captain America, it was Kamala who was the first person to run towards Miles.
Yeah, because Kamala's the best.
I know, right?
She pulls up for her homies.
And even that issue where you know, Miles experienced a school shooting at his school, right? Hey, guess who was there to comfort Miles? Kamala. So come on, Marvel. Let's let this shit happen. Give Miles some happiness, you know?
No, I don't. I like how Miles and Kamala together. I always thought they looked good together, and like costume and out of costume. Like, give it a shot, see what happens. Also, because because Miles having to what's she like? Is she actually Muslim or is it Pakistani? Or those two?
She's both.
She's Pakistani. Yep.
Okay. So see, Miles have to learn about that culture from an outside perspective, and vice versa. Kamala have to learn about his culture as well, because of his heritage. Yeah, Marvel
biracial couples don't always have to be a white person with another minority. Minorities also
we
like
need more of multiracial couples, I guess, white.
Exactly, you know. So come on,
don't get me wrong. One of my favorite Marvel pairings happens to be between a white person and a black person. However, we do need some more variety here.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
variety. And this is not just a Marvel issue. This is an everyone issue.
See, Marvel, everybody's rooting for this couple to be a thing. So give us that couple, all right?
It's a shame it just has to be paired with Peter and fucking Gwen.
Jake, does it give you any comfort to know that Greg Wiseman is writing this?
I just thought, why would you bring back Gwen Stacy? Just don't do it.
Greg Weisman's the guy who was in charge of the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series, from what I was told.
Yeah.
Audience, if I have like a full-on brain aneurysm right now, you know fucking why.
So
I'm literally going on a rant on fucking Twitter right now because I'm so upset.
Yeah, the only other thing I don't like about this double date is it appears that Kamala's going to be coming in her X-Men uniform.
No.
No.
Oh, come on, come
That's my
on.
life.
Well, wait. If Gwen's here and Peter's here, shouldn't they be in their civilians? Shouldn't they not just be like going around?
We don't know the stipulations behind what this date's going to look like. I mean, for God's sakes, I thought Spider-Gwen was supposed to stay in 616 at this point.
No, they're thinking about moving her over just so they don't have to keep doing the hassle.
Okay. Well, anyway, audience, that's it for this topic. Let's move on to the next. Go ahead, Witch.
Finally. Okay, audience, I'm gonna be 100% real with you right now. I have waited at least 2 fucking years for Briar to become an ongoing. And by an off chance of me looking up this fucking book on Google.com, I found out that it's coming back. Issue 5 is gonna be on May, I think 14th, around that time. If y'all don't pre-order this book, I will go on a whole rant. I will go feral.
I'm still waiting a bit. It's too soon for me to get into a Cantwell book, for obvious reasons.
Take your time, as long as you read it. Keep in mind, out of all the Cantwell bullshit that I have read, including that Namor mini, this is one of the better ones. Okay, this is one of the better Cantwell books.
I mean, hey, Witch, it makes you feel better. Like 2 years ago, if you were to tell me I will be pleasantly reading a Jason Aaron book, and that was going to be my favorite book, my favorite ongoing book at the moment, I would call you crazy. But look at me now.
Audience, if you like Sleeping Beauty and if you like dark fantasy fairy tales, go read this fucking book right now. There's only 4 issues. Issue 5 comes out in May. Go pre-order issue 5 because I've been waiting 2 fucking years. And then when I decide I'm gonna cosplay one of the characters, then they decide we're gonna bring it back finally. It's with a different artist this time. However, the art still looks amazing, by the way. I'm gonna try to get the variant covers.
Oh, you better get every variant, Witch, honestly.
I didn't even get every variant for the first 4 issues, man. I got some of them, but I didn't get all of them because they don't have my boy Roop. Give me a Roop cover. Give me my boy.
Now, Witch, for the audience's sakes, can you explain what the premise exactly is behind Briar?
I would love to do that, Cryptid.
Go for it.
Anyways, so think of Sleeping Beauty, right? Briar Rose. She falls asleep, you know? But instead of the prince kissing her and waking her up, he decides, I'm gonna marry her while she's asleep and run the kingdom like an asshole. And guess what happens? The world goes to shit. And so many years later, she wakes up by pure chance, and basically she has to navigate this whole new post-apocalyptic fantasy world with a blue elf lady named Spider, a necromancer fairy boy named Roop. Love him, by the way. We don't know if he's queer, but I headcanon him as trans, so shut up. Anyway, and now, Skeleton Bro that Roop used necromancy on, and now they have to go find the fairy witch that put Briar under that spell. Her name's Grendel, by the way. One of the variant covers. Some of y'all variant cover artists, why y'all drawing her so fucking hot? I don't know why, but like, go off, I guess. Live your truth. But yeah, that's basically the premise. I'm liking it. I can't wait for issue 5. I saw the previews. I don't know, something about a cow and thieves and shit like that. Don't worry about it. It's a good book. I did not expect for me to read 2 Chris Cantwell books in the same year and me obsessing over one of them specifically. However, the world is a weird place, and I am so happy that this book is coming back. Because if I needed anything good to happen in my life, it's for this fucking book to come back. And guess what? This book is coming out in May. Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley is coming out in 10 days. And yeah. So let me live my fucking truth, bitch.
Mhm.
You know how? You know what will make this year even better? If we get a fucking North Star miniseries or like a book. I
There's a
know that's
universe.
wishful thinking, but let me have something good, bitch.
There's a universal law saying a fanboy can't have too many fan things to go to
Let me have
fanboy
something
out
good
of.
happen in my life, Cryptid. Let me have something good happen in my life. Hopefully my cosplays turn out well. But anyways,
Gotcha.
go read
Well,
Briar. It's from Boom
yes.
Studios. Go pre-order
Yep.
issue 5.
Audience, something good.
When I
This has.
post, when
Go
I
ahead.
actually post my cosplay stuff of Roop, y'all better go like it, follow, fucking repost. I don't care. Just go support those posts.
Gotcha. Audience, something good has to have come from this book for it to have somebody fanboy this much over it, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Alright then. Well, with that, you guys will move on?
We
Yeah.
can.
Well, while Witch is still waiting to get everything he wants, I'm going to talk about something I'm going to get that I want. The Superior Spider Boy announced.
Anyways.
Because yeah, apparently in a Dan Slott Spider-Man run, it was previewed that yes, Otto will be taking over the body of one Bailey Briggs.
10-year-old child. He proud of himself? Boy? He's proud of himself?
Hey, he doesn't want the boy going in danger, and he probably sees a lot of potential in this boy, but he's just untapped potential. All right, he's doing him a favor, Jake. All right.
You remember what he did in the body of Peter Parker? You don't want to be doing that in the body of a child? I'm just saying.
He ain't going. Hey, Peter Bailey has no previous romances in his past to jack off to, Jake. All right.
Listen, I'm just saying, like, you never know.
All right, but yeah. So it's happening, audience. I felt, yeah, I felt like we were going to get some different form of body type with Superior Spider-Man one way or the other, because like based on the last issue, right? I was thinking, oh my God, is Dan Slott going to have Otto, in his staple body, be in a Superior Spider-Man costume? Ugh, no, I don't want to see that. But okay, we're getting a boy in that case, so go for it. Why not? Hey, audience, for those of you who don't like Spider Boy, this could be seen as the upgrade. Maybe he could be the Spider Boy you all want there to be.
No,
You
I'm not.
know?
First off, hey Tevia, I don't know how long you've been here, but I just don't
Oh,
see the. Sorry.
Jesus Christ! Right
Hey,
as
we're
we
not
were
in that
talking,
game war. You gotta wait, Tevia.
Tevia, right as we were talking about Spider Boy, that's when you pop up, man.
But I don't know the full context of the story, so I'm not gonna like jump on it too hard. But like, brother, didn't you just learn not to do this with Peter? Why would you do this for a small child? Like,
I,
like
the only thing logical I could think of, right, is the fact that okay, they're still trying to save Anna Maria from Supernova, right? And Otto, I guess one of his Autobots might have recorded that, hey, the Supernova was in a moment of hesitation when she realized she was almost about to kill a little boy. Maybe I could use that. Maybe she'll take it easy on me if I'm 10 years old. Oh no, this is perfect. This is perfect. After it gets revealed that, it was actually Otto that screwed her over and forced her to be stuck in that cell for years, Otto could put himself in the body of a 10-year-old boy. So, come on. Do you want to exact your revenge now?
it feels very contrived, and it feels like Dan Slott is like, I know for a fact Spider Boy can work as a character, but it's like Dan Slott is fighting me to get me to like
What makes you like this character, Jake?
I've heard you review this issue, and some issues I'm like, okay, well, I could get behind this. And then immediately the next 2 issues, I'm like, okay, well, now I know why I don't like this character. And he's doing it again, where he just reminded me why I don't like this character. So, I don't know. It's like, if I was, I would be doing this. This is a dumb move, but it's fine.
Okay. Let me read to you exactly the premise of this book according to the preview, right? 5 words. Otto Octavius, the superior Spider-Boy. That's all you need to know. What? Do you want us to spoil everything? Read the book, Jake. Superior Spider-Boy? How? Why? Why would we do that? Was this the plan all along? Shh! We didn't even want to tell you that much. Just read the damn book and find out.
Bailey has zero history in this universe, so it's not even like there's anything to really compare him against. Anyone could be a better Spider-Man than Bailey right now. So, like, I don't know. I'm not really interested in this, but you are, so you review it.
Live your truth, I guess.
Like,
I guess, like, if it's any consolation to all y'all, you know, hey, it would probably make sense if he would want to, like, switch places with, like, somebody like Miles, given that, you know, his Venom Blast is OP. But I don't think 616 Auto wants to get canceled by being in the body of Miles for obvious reasons. That is literal in every sense of the word. I know they did it in the Spider-Man Life story, but still, you know.
Miles would have made more sense just because at least Miles has more powers. He's an established character in the verse.
But Bailey has a different set of powers.
Not as strong as what Miles has.
He has untapped potential.
Oh, what? Being a spider? Like, what potential does he have?
He can talk to spiders.
That's more powerful than the Venom Blast? How often is a spider going to be useful?
Hey, look at Aquaman. Aquaman could talk to fish, and Sam Wilson could talk to birds, and they make the best out of those powers.
First off, birds are way more useful than spiders. Secondly, Aquaman's in the sea most of the time, where he's surrounded by animals. That is way more useful than spiders.
Just wait, Otto will make it work, you know?
I suppose. He could have made it work with Miles, but that's just me. But he didn't.
Gotcha. But damn, I know there was something else I wanted to say about this, but I'm just forgetting it at the moment. I don't know what Bailey Briggs will do in Otto's body, because we can't forget that, you know.
Maybe Bailey's like, I want to be an adult. I want to do this. And you know what's crazy? If this was also in Bailey's own timeline and they made up a Doc Ock in his universe, and that Doc Ock did the superior Spider-Boy arc, that would be a lot more.
Wait. Oh, it's great that you bring that up, okay, because now that's something I was trying to bring up. You guys know how you keep mentioning that, like, you know, it shouldn't make sense that there's nothing pinpointing the fact that Bailey's part of this universe?
Yeah.
Well, the fact that Otto has all his memories back, and we've seen a story where Bailey did have an experience with Superior Spider-Man. Hey, this could be the big determination. If Otto knows who Bailey Briggs is and he recalls the interaction they had when he was Superior Spider-Man, that will confirm that Bailey is in fact part of this universe.
That wasn't my issue. Well, he should be part of this universe anyway, but my issue was like, sorry, something. My issue was that him just being retconned as if he always existed here. It's just frustrating and annoying. Like, you didn't have to do that. You just had to make him think he was here, but he's actually not. He's with somewhere else, and that would have been more compelling.
Jake, if it makes you feel better that this eventual interaction might confirm that Bailey might not even be in this universe at this point. Hopefully. If Otto remembers who Bailey is, it all depends on that, right. You know.
So I hope to God he doesn't, because that would be a smart right there.
Hey, this is Dan Slott, man. You know, hey, I'm gonna find his way of the writer is I'm gonna find new ways for you all to hate this book.
Right. Which is why people should stop buying the book, but that's
admit it, Jake. Don't be ashamed to want to read Spider-Boy.
I'm just happy that you're reading it, honestly.
I'm doing the work. Oh wow! Once again, you're relying on the immigrant to do your work for you, man. Yeah. Feel proud of yourself, Jake?
Listen, it's like there was a timeline where the issue was like from that issue where he's fighting the rich boy onward, had it been consistently good, I'd be like, you know what, I'll check it out. But like, then we brought Spider-Man in here, and I was like, this book is no, I'm good. I'm not doing this. So, you know, Dan Slott, you ruined your chest.
Spider-Boy disappeared from the timeline. Spider-Boy crawling up the wall.
Is that a
hey, theme song, yeah. Hey, he already has his own fan base that's making a theme song for him, Jake.
You go ahead. Mm-hmm, so.
Okay. All right. With that, you guys want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Witch. This is all you, bud.
Can I be honest with you? I didn't even know there was another Scarlet Witch book coming out. I only knew about Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I didn't know.
Yeah, this is by this. Oh, wait. First, announce it, Witch. The topic.
Yeah, there's a new Scarlet Witch ongoing coming out in June.
Oh, I get it because Scarlet Witch. I see the.
Fuck up. We're different witches.
Oh my god. Gotcha. But anyway, this is by Steve Orlando, I assume. Yeah, the same writer of the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver book, who was also the same writer.
Scarlet Witch book.
Yep. So basically, Steve Orlando is saying, "Oh, I will finish this run that I had in mind." All right, audience.
I will finish this shit, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna buy it all.
Yeah, albeit it's just gonna be by number 1 standards, but dang it, I want to finish my run, okay?
God damn it, now I have to pre-order another fucking book.
Yep.
God damn it, Steve, I love you, but god damn.
Hey, don't blame Steve Witch. It was just the sales numbers weren't there for Scarlet Witch. That's why they have to number 1 it.
Still, Steve, you gotta give me a break here, man. There's so many books coming out.
Yep. Okay, so in an effort to expand the time, what did you like about Steve Orlando's run on Scarlet Witch?
I liked how he actually let Scarlet Witch actually like heal from her past traumas.
Yep.
I don't like the fact that they keep cutting out Tommy. However, he did make a cameo appearance in the first issue of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, which is nice. However, justice for Tommy Shepard, anyways. But I do like how she was able to heal from not only the decimation, but from all of her previous trauma, like from Doom, from her father Magneto, depending on who you talk to, except strengthening her bond with her brother, shit like that.
And just to add on to what Witch is saying, like another premise behind the book of Scarlet Witch was Scarlet Witch actually wanted to go out and help people for powers, as opposed to being known as a person who causes destruction. She now just wants to help people,
Yeah, and that's what she's trying to do. I swear, I keep bringing this back to my favorite, but like the amount of times that Wanda has atoned for her crimes when it came to the decimation is I know it's a little bit more, but it's a similar amount to the amount of times that JP has to apologize about him being a part of the FLQ back in the 70s. It's like, bitch,
look, I feel like Scarlet Witch and Hank Pym need to be sitting down for some coffee about always being held accountable for one act they did.
Has to be in that too. I know they haven't much recently, but they need to have a trauma bond session.
They're they'll be they'll be like, someone like Reed Richards could block off the sun for 3 days straight, and nobody remembers that, but we did one simple act, and damn it, we're held accountable for us for that.
Like, but I didn't even commit any harm to anyone. I actually helped people. Unlike these other fucking asses who bombed a fucking bus station. Don't think I know my history.
And wouldn't you know what, JP and Scarlet Witch will be saying, ew, sorry, sorry, Hank, we can't associate with you. We know you've been through much, but you can't ruin our image. Bye.
Yeah, no, we already have our own images to uphold. Because technically, JP is still a wanted criminal in the state of Canada, so,
Yep, that's true. But okay. Anyway, aside from that, another thing that was really admirable about Steve Orlando's run in Scarlet Witch was, he really wanted to delve into the family of Scarlet Witch. The
He has a
Witch
lot of
family.
family.
The Witch family. Viv Vision. What's her name? Magneto. Who else popped up? I forgot.
Magneto's clone.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot his
Oh,
name.
yeah, I know.
Quicksilver's kid. Quicksilver
Yep.
himself.
Oh, Wiccan.
Billy and
Yeah,
Teddy. Not
yeah.
Tommy, Teddy.
I'm surprised they never got around to bringing in Brother Voodoo.
Oh yeah, we're not getting him. We're not getting him.
I mean, him and Scarlet Witch were a thing back in Uncanny Avengers.
I know, but
So
do you think we get jack shit in this house?
I do most of the time anyway. So
Yeah, well, that's because you are very particular about what you like, and you are destined to get that. I don't get jack shit in this house.
hmm Yeah,
I
but
get an Alpha Flight run, and it's only 5 fucking issues. I need it to be longer. Like, what the fuck, man? Give me more.
gotcha. But anyway, what are you expecting out of this ongoing run?
If I don't get Tommy Shepard in at least a 1 full issue, I'm going to riot.
You're expecting so much out of the unpopular Brother Witch.
Here's the fucking thing, bitch. He got to
Yeah.
play a decent part in Trial of Magneto, and it's
Uh-huh.
like he doesn't even get acknowledged in Wanda's fucking books.
Oh.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. Going back to it, Jean Paul and Kyle, they need to adopt Tommy Shepard right fucking now, bitch. Figure it out. I know he's a grown ass adult, but figure it the fuck out, bitch. He deserves better. His boyfriend is dead. His fucking family doesn't really acknowledge him. He's still living with Master Pandemonium, who, if you guys don't remember, he's the reason for the fucking baby arm bullshit and part of Wanda's trauma. Just remember that. Tommy Shepard is living with that man in Arizona. Shout out.
If it makes it feel better, you could have a storyline where even to add more insult to injury, he's looking at his brother Wiccan and looking at him saying, "My God, he got married and he's already the king of a whole empire, and look where I'm at, nowhere."
I fucking live in buck ass Arizona.
Hey, I'm technically related to
I
royalty.
feel the pain because I live in buck ass Arizona.
Yeah, it's like I'm technically related to royalty, and look where I'm living at. Like, dang it.
It's like I don't even get acknowledgement from my family. Besides like one-off cameos, like fuck this shit. I wish that Tommy could break the 4th wall because of the amount of bullshit that he's been through. And plus, like Billy's the fucking demiurge. He can bring back all the fucking dead people he wants. Assholes. Marvel are cowards. Marvel are fucking cowards. That's my conclusion about everything. Marvel are fucking cowards, and they don't want to even try.
Gotcha.
Anyways,
But alright then.
I'll probably be reading this book. I don't know.
Probably.
I don't fucking know. It depends on my mood. It depends on
come
how I'm
on,
feeling. By the time we get to June, I got things to do. Cryptid. I will probably read it.
Just saying, his first run got canceled because of low sales. Which, if they needed your dollar, it will be now more than ever, man.
Bitch, I just wanted more North Star. Fucking stupid ass crossover book where he and his sister are the most competent people in the book. I'm going through it right now,
All right, guys.
I blame Gwen Stacy for all my problems. Gwen Stacy and Spider-Boy are the cause of my problems.
Oh, you blame the little redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, I do. Fuck him. Like, you're telling me we don't get a Web Weaver or a Spinstress book, but this fucking 2-year-old gets a fucking book? Fuck off.
Which, admit it, you're jealous at the fact that Otto chose to switch bodies with a 10-year-old rather than Web Weaver, right?
Bitch, Web Weaver's in another fucking universe. He's doing his own thing. He's being happy about it. I don't get to be gay and be happy, bitch.
I'm not hearing a no, witch.
Cryptid, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me have something for once. I'm writing this fucking fan fiction and no one's
Go for it. Go for it, man. All right, guys. But with that, I think we should move on. All right, guys. We're done with the comic news. Now we're going on to the comic reviews. We're skipping Duke since that's a Austin book and he's not here. So we're going on to Avengers Twilight numbers 2 and 3.
You guys remember the Avengers United They Stand cartoon?
Remember
But
when I
you
used to be
Earth's
happy with
Mightiest
my
Heroes?
fucking random ass books?
You're talking about Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Jake?
No, you remember United They Stand? It came out before It's Mightiest Heroes.
Ah, the one that was led by Hank Pym.
Yeah, they're like,
Big,
do Avengers!
vaguely remember that. But anyway, that was the past. This is the future. Avengers Twilight. In a world where America has lost their way of what a hero is. A world where evil corporations turned America into a fascist country. And they're like, damn, man. And it's up to Captain America to shed light in a once proud country. I'm going to briefly just go over the second issue because it's really the third issue I want to go to, right? What we learned in the second issue, now that Steve Rogers decided to go back to being Captain America and joining Luke Cage's Defenders, he gets his serum back, he gets a serum and all that stuff. Unfortunately, this ends up taking a toll on his wife, who now, because of this, she kind of has to go underground with Cap, and because of this, she lost her job and lost her career, and now she officially issues a divorce with Captain America because of this. Like, God dang, the price of heroism, audience. All right, but to Steve's credit, come on, lady, you married a superhero. What were you expecting? Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then you come to find out that the president, right? President of the United States, yeah, he's nothing more than America's mascot at the moment. He's nothing more than America's mascot. The people who are really running this country are James Stark, the son of Tony Stark and the Wasp, and his butler, Jarvis, who is actually the long lost brother of Edwin Jarvis. Like, God dang it, man. They're the ones instituting this whole Watcher Act program, which further is going to restrain the freedoms of its citizens, And then you get introduced to the Thunderbolts of this universe, who are actually just people in the military, special black ops forces. You have this one person who's codenamed Bullseye, but we don't know if she has any relationship to Bullseye, the villain or anything like that. All we know is she and the rest of the group of the Thunderbolts have been assigned to assassinate Captain America. And oh yeah, we also do find Kamala Khan in this book, and she's she's an adult at this point, and she has children. We don't know who the husband is though. So yeah, take your wild guesses. You see that Steve Rogers is there to try recruiting Kamala, but she's just worried about the life she has. If her going back into being a superhero will compromise that. And given that,
adult Kamala Khan. Let's talk about.
Yeah, and Steve Rogers, given the fact that his marriage just got destroyed by going back in the superhero gig, he understands Kamala, but he also is aware that of the stories that have been circulating around the people in her neighborhood, how their life has been saved from an accident by what looked like the hand of God, a giant hand. Wink, wink, And then we get to Captain America giving this big epic speech moment in front of a rally, telling the whole country what the Watcher Act really is. That the Watcher Act isn't there to protect you or your privacy. It's really there to protect them, to make it so that they have the power, they have the control over all the American citizens, this and that, and with that knowledge, like, we could begin to be free again, for Captain America. And Bullseye was given the order to assassinate Cap, but she ended up not taking the shot. Oh, and but we also found out that James Rhodes doesn't want to wear the Iron Man armor, but he's being pressured to by his butler, Jarvis. And then, here's the thing. We come to find out that the butler is none other than Red Skull. No. You know, I often said this when it came to James Stark. For all you WWE fans out there, I kept seeing James Stark as Dominic Mysterio, right? And, you know, he doesn't have a mommy like Rhea Ripley, but apparently he has a daddy. Like, you know, just bigger, meaner, and redder. And apparently, after the events of H-Day, Red Skull has been biding his time, using the remains of Ultron to make systematic changes within the country to fit his ideal life
Red Skull's a
version.
bitch.
Oh, yeah,
He's
he is.
annoying.
Yep. He's the one villain nobody can make sympathetic, which you could guarantee that.
Nazi.
He's the ultimate Nazi, which, like, Hitler's right-hand man, handpicked by Hitler himself, you know? Oh, let's not forget...
I couldn't tell you who's worse.
Yep.
Who's Nick? That's the real question.
Yep. Oh, let's not forget, in the first issue, it was shown that there was going to be a documentary released stating that the Red Skull, apparently he was an undercover agent trying to stop Hitler from the inside. He had
bullshit. I read Earth X. Bullshit. My dad.
Yep. They're like painting Johann Schmidt as a hero who sacrificed his character for a greater good. A man who sacrificed his face for a greater good.
And then he stayed with Hydra until the modern day. Like what? Like I don't even understand.
Yeah. And and the documentary will probably be saying, yeah, the reason why the Avengers were able to defeat Hydra as many times as they did was because Red Skull was holding Hydra back. Secretly, Red Skull wanted to kill Hitler from the inside. And, you know, Steve Rogers, you know, being an old man in this as he is, he's like looking at that and saying, the only reason Red Skull would have wanted to kill Hitler was so that he could take his throne.
For
you know?
real. Like, anyone with 2 brain cells could tell you that.
Yep. But this is just an example of the media trying to reinvent history or reinvent a perspective.
Cryptid.
Yep.
Cryptid. I'm going to be 100% real with you. That relates to now. That relates in our universe. You mean imagine somebody saying like, you know, Hitler, he wasn't all that bad. He was just a painter. He liked pets, this and that. You know, I mean, Red Skull's the equivalent of Hitler. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You know. Yeah.
But anyway, that's it for issue 2, right? I had to speed a lot of stuff that was going on in issue 2 because it's issue 3 I really want to talk about. You have Steve Rogers, right? He's contemplating about, you know, what their next plan is going to be, this and that. He looks over his old photo, right, of him and the rest of the Avengers. You know, he's like saying this just doesn't seem right without the Avengers, you know. So he undertakes a mission. He's going to go to the raft to try and retrieve Tony Stark. Because keep in mind, yes, because keep in mind, Tony Stark, he's now just a head.
Yeah, that's not shocking either. Not gonna lie to you. Nothing about this is shocking. I read
he's
X, guys. I know what happens.
He's a head. He's in the test tube in the raft, and he's just basically being dissected for his brain knowledge by his own son. I'm like,
yeah, that's also not shocking, Cryptid. I read her.
Yep. So you're like, damn. And after Steve learned about this, dude, he wants to go save his friend, right? But he can't compromise the integrity of the rest of the group. So he wants to go solo up until one of the members. He's a young kid, activist sort of guy. He's a hacker sort of guy. He's like telling Steve, yeah, you can use my help getting into the security systems, this and that. So, yeah, Steve agrees to have this kid tag along with him. they go into the raft. And also, keep in mind, even though Steve got the super soldier serum back, he's still feeling his age. You know, he's
Yeah,
not
no crap.
as...
He's an old ass man. I would.
Oh, yeah,
Like, I have
definitely.
panic right now.
Yep. And, can I just say that the kid who's tagging along with Steve, yeah, he's dressing up surprisingly a lot like Moon Knight. But I guess that's just the standard costumes him and the rest of the Defenders are wearing right now. Just thought I should add that.
Good to know.
Okay, so they go to the raft, and Steve is monologuing about how this place used to be a place for villains, but now it's just being used to a place for civilians. Civilians who are a threat to those in power, this and that. And also, all the villains that originally are supposed to be here, yeah, they got executed. They got executed, and all their stuff, all their gadgets and powers are just being used as a testing facility here in the raft. Surprisingly, it's just a lot of Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery stuff that is just being analyzed by scientists, you know?
That's Rogues Gallery.
Yep. Sorry, let me take just a sip of water. But anyway, this is where you finally have Steve finding Tony, right? He's trying to release him. He actually has Steve. He actually gets Tony inside one of those Futurama-like tubes, where they put the heads at.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
I read Marvel Zombies.
But yeah, as he's doing this, that's when James Starks comes in. Hey, old man. Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to come here sooner or later. Trying to break out my old man. Ugh, just like you pretending to be a hero. Oh wow, this guy is Dominic Mysterio in my eyes, like. Anyway, so as he's saying that, James actually has one of the Thunderbolts there to assassinate Cap. That person being Bullseye, right? And she already has her arrow pointed at Cap, but she didn't take the shot. Instead, she took the shot at James instead. Apparently, what Cap said in his speech got through to her, and I just hope they don't really make her related to any known superhero or villain. I would like it better if she's just a person in the military, right? Because keep this in mind. Imagine if you're in the military and you got orders to assassinate Captain America. There wouldn't be any sort of moral compromise to you of being given that order.
Did affect Crossbones on Winter Soldier.
Oh, God, Crossbones was Hydra, man. Nah, that was different, So, yeah, eventually, they free Tony. They're trying to make their getaway, and when they pass the inventory lot, that's when Captain America finds the one thing he was missing. He has the serum, he has the costume, but what was he missing, guys? His shield. Bam! Fits like a glove, man. Fits like a glove is all I gotta say. So they make their way on to the ship they came in. Unfortunately, that's when James Starks comes in with his Iron Man armor. He's definitely coming in, dead or alive, old man. Bam. He shoots down the plane, and damn, he shoots down their one escape, right? Steve just narrowly manages to take the kid and to go jump into the plane and get the kid out of there before it crashes. But man, this is where you have the fight between Captain America and James Stark, right? Yeah, it's a pretty rough-handed fight. As a fan of WWE, I really would have liked it if you had a moment where you reenact the matchup between Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio, where you have Captain America grabbing James Stark by the head, banging him into the ground as there's an Iron Man mask in front of them, right? And Steve says, "You see that? That is your legacy! Do you respect your legacy? And then James just spits at that helmet saying, no! You know? But instead, we just get a more hand-to-hand fight. James Stark is really taking house. He's destroying the bridge. He doesn't care if his own soldiers are getting caught in the crossfire. And he's just as he's still fighting Cap. He's further berating him. You're the past fighting for the future. And Steve is like, no, I fight for the future. That's all I've ever been doing since I took up the shield. And it's like, God damn you, old man. Being Iron Man feels like a god. You know what that makes you? Expendable. He just grabs a test tube of Tony Stark's head and just throws into the river. Man, this guy got groomed to being a unlikable douchebag, and kind of like that. But what else is there to expect when you're being raised by Red Skull? Right, so James, in his final moment, like he was about to land a death blow on Steve, but then that's when all of a sudden a bolt of lightning strikes James Starks, and that's what cuts off the power to his armor. And he's like saying, What did you do? And Steve is like, I did what any soldier in this situation would do, son. I prayed. And my prayers were answered by my God, the God of Thunder. Dun dun dun. Yay! We're getting the band back together. The Avengers reassembled.
With Beta Ray Bill.
You wish, Jake. You see Thor here. He has like a cool-looking helmet. More spikier than previously, but still cool. Oh, and you also do get to see that Kamala ends up joining the fight. She, turns into a giant to save the people who are about to drown in the water. So that was cool. And yeah, that's how the issue ends. Again, good issue. Loving that this is mostly a Captain America centric story. Him just trying to fight to save America, So really greatly appreciated. The only thing I kind of didn't like, this is just a minor nitpick though. I noticed like in the covers, right, the Alex Ross covers for these books, the first issue was of Captain America, the next issue is of Iron Man. Then I saw the previews, right? We're going to get an Alex Ross cover of Hawkeye and Thor and this and that. But in this issue, they had one of Kamala.
Yeah.
I just don't like that because like she's not Avenger status in in a lot of people's eyes, at least not
She's more of an Avenger than she is a fucking X-Men.
Yeah.
I'll give you that at least.
It's an alternate future, so by then she probably would be an Avenger.
I guess. I mean, for me, I would have understood it more if they gave it to, like, let's say someone like Luke Cage, who is a relevant part in this story as well, and he was a long-standing member of the Avengers, Just Kamala, she just felt like it came out of nowhere, or, this just goes on to a problem with Kamala herself. Like, they're really forcing her into teams and books that she really shouldn't be in. We've all definitely had experience with that. Yeah.
They do the same thing with Carol. They do the same.
Like Legacy, like Legacy. Okay.
Right. Was Carol in the X-Men?
Yes.
No. Well,
she was. Remember after Avengers 200? No. Remember after Avengers 200, and they did that issue where she totally consented to having a child with her boyfriend. And,
that was when she was Miss Marvel.
The same thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, was she in the Inhumans?
She was in a lot of crossovers.
She was a lot of stuff. Point was, she was with the X-Men. That's on my point there. So.
Yeah, well, yeah. Again, she's just. Was she headlining the Avengers PS4 game?
She was headlining an Avengers team on the comics. I'm sure.
She was headlining a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Nah, but still, I would have liked it better they given that spotlight. Hell, even if they gave it to Captain Marvel, I will be more understanding. You know.
Maybe Carol died. Did you ever
Yeah.
think about that?
Oh, great that you should bring that up because apparently there is an Avengers team out there, but it's more of like a government approved. We don't even know if that Avengers team is actually if they're even a real team and not just a propaganda piece.
They are a propaganda piece, Cryptid. When in doubt, it's a propaganda piece.
Probably, you know. I mean, I think it will be really cool because, like, you know, of course they had like an Iron Man looking like Iron Man, a Thor looking like Thor, and you even have Captain America who looks like Captain America, but his blonde hair is showing, right? I would think it would be pretty funny if they bring in that guy and he acts a lot like Soldier Boy from The Boys, you know? Have Steve Rogers going up against him.
Which you still haven't seen yet. You should probably watch Soldier Boy.
You know, I don't like to keep seeing more negative depictions of Captain America. All right.
He was 100% correct. He was the most correct person in that scenario. I was actually mad when they did. He was right.
Yeah. Wow. If it makes it feel better, I've seen video analysis on him, so I know what he's done. All right. Like,
yeah. Just know that he was 100% right at that season finale. I really wanted to hold him out of it.
Nah, it's Anyway, okay, guys, that's Avengers Twilight for y'all.
Okay, fun. Now we're going back into more anti-government. Let's fucking go. With Spider-Punk Arms Race number uno. I didn't know this book was coming out until I went to my comic book shop, so let's fucking do this. I'm just gonna be 100% real with you. I don't remember what happens in his first run. It's been a hot fucking minute, but I will be rereading that too. Just not right now. I have a headache, so we're gonna get through this. Anyways, so it starts off with Kobe briefly talking about his backstory, you know, like really quickly, because like we have to get to the book. Anyways, after he introduces himself, you know, to all the new people in the back, we meet up with his team, with the Spider Band. But not only him, we got Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel. We got Matea Murdock, Daredevil, drummer of Philly. You have to say the whole title, okay, guys? We got Riri Williams, Riot Heart, and Carl Morning Dew, aka Captain Anarchy, which, fun fact, is canonically queer. Just letting y'all know that right now. Let's fucking go. Anywhoosies. So they got so they pull up to the scene because Vulture is like, yo, I'm here to try to get back into my business. So that's why I pulled up with all the lizard folk over here, plus Sauron. You know, the dinosaur guy who wants to turn other people into dinosaurs instead of curing cancer. You guys know who he is. Anywhoosies. So they proceed to fight each other, you know, causing some chaos. You know how it be. You know, why not? Everyone's fighting, doing their thing. It's great. You know, like Hobie is kind of reckless, you know, which fair enough, it makes sense. You know, not all your moves are just gonna be all chill. Anyway, so afterwards, I just love this one panel where Kamala is like, "Sorry, buddy, no hard feelings." Like, you know. And it's like Hobie's like Spider-Man undefeated, and Mateo's like, okay, that's not much of a feat because like look at the people who we beat up, you know, like come on, man. Anyways, so Carl was like, okay, hard to tell who did more of the damage. Was it us or was it them? You know, and I really did anything. And he's like, you did throw the lizard into that car. And Hobie's like, but that was already like that when we got here. You know, but don't worry, because before they were able to actually talk about the damage they caused, guess who pulls the fuck up? We got Shuri and we got T'Challa looking badass as fuck.
Everybody's a punk in this universe, right, Witch?
In a sense, yeah. I like it. I like the mix of I like the mix that they have going on. I couldn't think of the term. It'll come to me later.
Nice.
Anyways, so we get a look at Hobie's new hairdo, and I don't like it. When I first saw it, I was like, why is he blonde?
Yeah, I saw a picture of that too.
I was like,
when you experiment with hairstyles, not everyone's gonna be gold, you know, which
yeah, I don't know. I think what bothers me the most is the style specifically.
Mhm.
If it wasn't a different hairstyle, maybe I would have been like a little bit okay with it. But for right now, I'm not okay with it. Anyways,
it's okay. It's okay. He'll have another hairstyle in the next run, which if it makes him feel better.
Probably. Who knows? Anyways, going back to it. So, we learned that Shuri and T'Challa are helping out rebuilding the U.S. after, in the last book where Hobie full on kills Norman Osborn. If you guys forgot, he did do that in his book. It was great. Anyways, anywhoosies. So we cut over to a whole bunch of old ass white men because of course we are. And Hammer over here is like, "Yo, I got this thing that I'm building. You know, it will help us like, take back the power after all these punk groups overtook us all, you know, which good. I don't want any more old white men bothering me. Anyways, so all the other people are like, what do you mean like by bugs? Like experimental, bitch? No, we ain't doing no experimental bullshit, you know?" And like Hammer's over here trying to like justify and try to get people on board, but no one's getting on board, which is the one thing I can agree with these people on. And so then Hammer walks out in a huff, you know, he's pissed. He's like, "I swear, like, none of these guys will get it, even if it pissed in their colonoscopy bags, you know?"
What?
Yeah, he was like pissed. And he's like, "These dinosaurs won't trust me. Like, just give me the money so I can show them results." And so we hear a voice from off panel being like, "Perhaps what's the problem, my guy? Like, have you ever thought about like that you're kind of like acting like this snake oil salesman, you know, with your fucking impulse control, the lack of it?" And guess who we find out who it is? It is our boy Otto Octavius, aka Doc Ock.
Yeah. What does he have long hair and he's wearing eyeliner? What?
No.
What?
Here, I'll send a picture.
You better, man.
I'll send a picture.
I want to see a punked out version of Otto. Okay. Oh no, he's gonna look like Ozzy Osbourne, isn't he?
Sure, yeah. Whatever helps you sleep at night, man. But like, I swear, Otto is like pulling up, you know? He's like, "Yeah, no, you dumbass." Anyway, like, this ain't gonna work, bitch. Like, my guy. Yeah, I wish that Otto looked all punked out and shit. Just look at the picture. I just posted it in the thing.
Oh, damn, he has no hair.
He has a little bit of hair.
A little, but no, that should have been an obvious style. Give him Ozzy Osbourne's look, since those two could wear the same glasses, you know. Like,
yeah, but you know, you win some, you lose some on the designs. Anyway, so they keep going on a back and forth and everything because Hammer is acting like a fucking idiot because of course he is, and Otto's over here and is like, "Your lack of foresight is gonna be the end of us both. Like, we have bigger things to be worrying about." And he like uses one of his his tentacles to like destroy a picture of Hobie because of course. Anywhoosies, speaking of Hobie, we cut back to the Spider Band, you know, and so we see that Wakanda is helping out with like their base and all that other stuff. You know, it's going great. It's going fine. You know, it's great. Where the hell was it? Oh yeah, and so Hobie doesn't want to like really take charge of anything because he doesn't really want to like grow up or be an adult. Which fucking mood. I felt that to my core. Right now. You know, and everyone's like, you can still help people, you know, like you're like doing all this stuff, like, come on, man. But it's like, you don't get it. Like, me and Hobie are like this, like, we get each other. Anyway, so like a little kid, like while they're talking about this, little kid pulls up and he's like, "Yo, can I be in the Spider-Man one day?" And Hobie's like, "Oh yeah, bro, once you get older, you can join. Like, we have a spot ready for you, my guy." You know? And I don't know if they brought this up in the first series, but apparently Hobie's like full first name is Hobart.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool name, guys. Cool naming conventions, guys. Let's fucking go. Anyways, and so Riri calls him that, and Hobie's like, don't out me in front of the fucking African princess, my guy.
Yeah.
And fucking Sherry's like, don't worry, Hobart. I've already heard everything. And so then we go into Riri's like workstation, and Hobie's like, dang, someone cleaned up, you know? And she's like, oh yeah, Sherry wouldn't stop complaining when I left my games and armor out, you know, like her loss. And Hobie's like, looking good at me. And she's like, okay, you're either on my side or you're on her side about this, okay? So I'm assuming that Riri and Shuri dated for a little bit, but we're not gonna get into that today. We'll circle back around to that later. Anyways, so basically, Hobie's kind of like deflecting over like the real problem at hand, which a fucking mood, you know. And it's like, hold on, what did you do? And he's like thinking about creating a new world for everyone to live like freely and all that other stuff. And Riri's like, Hobie, we're in the new world, you know. But whatever, it's fine. So we cut back to Hammer and Otto because Otto's doing most of the fucking work over here. Like he's working fucking to the bone and shit like that. And basically he finishes up like his prototype, quote unquote, you know, and basically they just send it out. Send it out with no tests. It's like, Hammer, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? Anyways, so we cut back to the Spider Band because they gotta play their tunes, man. They gotta play their shit. But don't worry, they can't have too much fun because guess what? There's a problem. And Shuri pulls up and she's like, hey, this thing is happening, you know, like this piloted sentry bullshit robot thing. And they're like, okay, guys, we gotta go. You know, so that's what they do. Take the Wakandan airship. But guess what? It gets shot at by the fucking giant robot thing. Sorry. Giant robot thingy. And we're like, fuck our lives. You know, like Riri's holding up like a shield or whatever the fuck. It's great.
Does it look like Cthulhu, this giant robot thing?
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll try to find a good picture to send, but like.
Gotcha.
But like, you know, the fight still goes on. Riri gets hit first, like she's down first, you know, because like that was a big ass blast, bro. Like I get it. That must have hurt. That must have hurt like a bitch. Anyway, so Carl and Hobie have to like, you know, try to like stop this as well with Matea and Kamala because, you know, yeah, like one of their teammates went down. Like that's not good, man. And then Kamala's technically the next to go down, but she'll be okay. You know, she gets zapped by one of the robot's face tentacle bullshit. But don't worry, she's fine. You know, like Carl's like, okay, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. Like, love it. Now shake it off. We gotta like finish up this tin can, you know. But Mateo pulls up and basically stabs the guy, like in the eyeball area. It's great. No. But don't worry, it's not down for long because you know Carl throws his shield at the thing, you know, and they're doing their thing. And guess what Hobie does after Kamala gives him a boost? He basically kicks through the fucking robot and destroys it. And it's great. Also, I got like a free digital comic offer, so that's great. I don't really need it, but you know, good to know. Anyways, so after this fight, it was a pretty short fight in the grand scheme of things. He's like, I think I broke my leg. And Riri's like, at least you looked cool. And Hobie's like, that's fucking worth it, bro. But don't worry, no one's too hurt. Everyone's fine. It's all good and dandy, you know. Like we have to like get the shield out, and I feel like I feel about the bad vibes, you know. Mateo's like, I feel like there's like you know something bad's happening, but don't worry. Doc Ock has some stuff planned, and he's not happy about it. Anyways, not too long ago in Philadelphia, you know, Kamala and Mateo are just chilling out in Mateo's apartment, and they're about to watch like a movie or a show or something. Not important. They're watching something, and we see a card break through the glass of like one of the windows, you know, which destroys like the bag of popcorn she made. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you destroy a perfectly good bag of popcorn? Anyways, so at first I thought it was Gambit, but then I realized there's no pink aura around it, so of course it's not Gambit. It's Bullseye because he's annoying. I swear. Remember that time where Akihiro kissed Bullseye? I remember that. Anyways, not important to the plot of this book. Not important. I just wanted to bring that up so that you guys remember that. Anyways,
You think I want to think about that? Like,
I wanted to think about that. Anyways, because it was funny. Anyways, going back to it, Matea and Kamala, they're running on these like clothes wires, and they're like, "Get the fuck away from my house," And it's like, they gotta fight Bullseye. They're getting some good hits. He's getting some good hits. They're butting heads. It's all that jazz. Kamala gets a good hit on him, and then he does like a disappearing act. And he's like, "God damn it," He's like, "Fuck, I gotta go. Now we definitely have to go fight Kingpin. Like, fucking hell, Like, I thought we got rid of that guy, But don't worry, because Kamala's excited to get some more popcorn. And that's how the issue ends, by the way.
no.
Do I plan on submitting an email to this to get my letters into the thing? Maybe. I don't know yet. I'm always a little bit hesitant about doing it because I'm shy.
Yeah, I've done that several times in the past, and they printed it out.
I know, but like, I'm weird. Anyways, so next issue is on sale this month. So
cool.
Yeah, Spider-Punk Arms Race. Good book.
Yeah, I would so like it if that by the end, Otto, who's just working himself to the bone, who's busting his body, is like looking at Hope as Hobie Brown destroying that machine and saying, "Oh, he has quite the body, an able body."
Look like him.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just bummed out. That was an obvious way to write Otto, the glasses and the long
he's jelly of Spider-Man. He does bring up something about being superior or something. Just letting you know.
There you go.
God, I have a headache. Anyways, good book. Go read it.
Gotcha. All right, then. With that, audience, let's move on to the next in an effort to save time. Jake, it's your time to shine.
Yeah, I want to put on a timer. Give me a second. Stopwatch, go. We're going to be talking about the next issue, the next chapter, and Fang the Hunter, the saga in IDW. Last time we came here, Fang and his gang were looking for the mysterious and probably made up 8th Chaos Emerald. They ran out of clues when looking for Sonic, so now they went to go to Angel Island to go interrogate Knuckles. The problem is, Knuckles is a good guardian, when the writers remember, so he captured Bean and Bark, and leaving Fang left. And Fang, the last one standing, has realized that his team is missing, and Knuckles is behind it. So now he has to try to outsmart Knuckles. Can he do it? Well, let's find out. So it's not long before Fang, again, as I mentioned, realizes that he's kind of the last one standing. So he decides to be a bit more proactive. And in this section, you kind of get the idea that Fang is actually a pretty good hunter. It's just that he's usually fighting the Sonic heroes. So that's why he usually struggles. But he does kind of realize, like, listen, Knuckles is watching me. That means I'm kind of at disadvantage. So I have to think like Knuckles and outmaneuver him. It's the only way to make it work. So he travels the Sandopolis zone while tracking down his friends, or his team, I should say. And after some quick thinking, he actually does get the drop on Knuckles and finds out where he's spying on Fang. And through clever distractions, he actually does get one up on Knuckles and knocks him down a sand pit, which was impressive for him. Fang goes further down into the sand pit because he believes his friends are further down there, leading him into Act 2 of Sandopolis, which if anyone's played Sonic 3, this place is filled with ghosts and bullshit. So, meanwhile, Sonic and Tails are looking for the elusive ghost ship, and they've actually found it. Sonic is on the tornado with Tails, and Sonic has gotten close, and he sees the Eggman logo, but it's a bit different. Fans of Sonic Mania may recognize the logo for Eggman has kind of in the same vein as the Hard-Boiled Heavies, the main antagonist of that game, but Sonic's a bit dumb, so he doesn't notice that himself. They're about to engage with the warship, but it kind of vanishes into thin air, which irritates Sonic because he wanted a fight, and it shocks Tails because it doesn't make sense how it disappeared that fast. But it's okay because now Sonic is even more interested in tracking down this ghost plane, and so Sonic and Tails continue their quest. Meanwhile, Fang is fighting off a bunch of ghosts. until he is attacked by Knuckles. This scene is kind of hilarious because Knuckles ambushes him and gets into a full-on scrap with him. But there are these two ghosts that were fighting Fang. They see these two fighting, and one wants to get involved, and the other's like, "Nah, bro, you gotta stay back. This ain't our fight." It's like, so Fang and Knuckles fight off of a sand waterfall, leading them into Bean and Bark. And Bean's like, "Hooray! Fang saved us!" And Fang's like, "You guys are so useless. I can't believe you got caught." And Bean's like, "Hooray! Fang found us." So enthusiastic. Meanwhile, Knuckles is ready to finish the fight, and as he gets into it, Fang uses his hovercraft to free his friends. Knuckles has Fang pinned down, and he's like, "It's over," but Fang's like, "Nah, because I got my boys." Knuckles says, "It doesn't really matter, because, like, listen, I'm the guardian of the Master Emerald, and I'm going to protect it to my last breath, okay?" And Fang's like, "I'm not here for your Master Emerald. I'm here for the 8th Emerald." I kind of like this bit, though, because Knuckles is like, 8. And then he does, like, a little count in his head. He's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Master Emerald's the 8th Emerald. You can't trick me. And then Fang's like, "No, I'm not after the Master Emerald. The Master Emerald is called the Master Emerald. That's its real name. I'm after the 8th Chaos Emerald." And then Knuckles like, "What? What are you talking about?" Yeah,
I thought there was only 7 of them.
Yeah, and he's like, "Listen," and then Fang's like, "Listen, I hear you, but listen, the 8th Emerald is like orange, or maybe gold, or maybe a rainbow."
I thought there was a gold one. I thought there was a yellow one.
There was a yellow one, but this is the 8th Emerald that he's completely made up in his head is whatever color he wants it to be. Knuckles,
Bitch, at least get his fake story straight before going on this bullshit.
Right. Knuckles turns to Bean and he's like, "Do you guys know what he's talking about?" Everyone's like, "Nah, we're just kind of going along with it, but we're hoping that maybe you knew about it." And Knuckles comes to the conclusion that Fang is delusional. He's like, "Listen, I don't care. Get off my island." And then Fang's like, "Oh wow, you're gonna disrespect me like that? Whatever."
Yeah, I will disrespect you, and I'll do it again.
So Fang and his team are flying back, and Bean's like, "You know what, Fang? Like, friendo, my best buddy, my best pal. I don't care anymore. This is just a bunch of bullshit. I just want to go home. Like, get us a real job, or we are splitting from the gang." And Bark's in full agreement. And Fang's like, "Well, fine. If you want to leave, you can leave right here." And he parks in the middle of the ocean, miles away from sea. He's like, "You guys can get off right here in the sea, or you can help me with this case right now." And so, not wanting to swim to their deaths, they're like, "Okay, fine. We'll chill out with you. We'll go a little bit longer." Fang's next lead leads them to what I think this is supposed to be Carnival Island from Knuckles and the Chaotix. So when they get there, the island is pretty deserted and already beat up because, Sonic and friends have already been here before. And Fang's kind of exploring a bit, and they eventually find this computer room. And in the computer room, they're trying to figure out what happened to this island so they can figure out maybe they can get a lead here. Also, when Bean asks Fang, "Hey, so what are we doing when we get this 8th Chaos Emerald?" And Fang's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm just going to get some upgrades for my hover bike, and I'm going to make it even stronger and greater than ever before." And then Bean's like, "So where's our cut, though?" And then he's like, "No, you don't understand, because when I upgrade the hover cart, that benefits everyone, so you don't really need a cut." And they're like, "Yeah, So, really some animosity here. But as they're hacking into the computer, everything starts flooding. And they start drowning to their deaths, but they get rescued by a mysterious metal claw, and Bean goes, "Hooray, we've been rescued," only to realize they've been rescued by Dr. Eggman, and he's like, "Oh, we've been rescued," and that's the end of the issue. So, all in all, it's okay. I think my problem is these take way too long to come out. This is a story that requires quicker pacing. I don't feel like waiting a month for this story to continue, and I know for a fact there's no such thing as the 8th Chaos Emerald, so it's kind of like but I have fun. I'm having fun with the story, rereading it. It's just like I just kind of want this story to just kind of get to the point, what's going on. But it is 4 issues, so issue 3 will probably start getting the story closer to its finishing point, and I guess that's fine. But we won't be getting another Sonic issue till April. So after
Ooh,
2 months, yeah, you gotta wait 2 months just for your next Sonic issue, which is sucks.
April 1st by any chance, man?
That would be funny. April 1st, you find out the 8th Chaos Emerald. Guess what? It
Yeah.
is.
Have the days work for you, not you work for the days.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
like I said, it's an interesting time, but I wouldn't lie to you if I'm starting to get a bit annoyed with the monthly schedule of these book releases, though. But
Jake, if you're annoyed by that, imagine being a Massiverse fan, man.
yeah, I can imagine.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, it's a fun time. I recommend getting these books once the arcs are over, so you don't have to wait a month in between each thing. Like I said, the best thing you could do is go back and read the old IDWs, catch up now, and have fun. So,
That's a lot
Gotcha.
of work, Jake. No
well,
offense.
listen, it's only 68 issues so far. So.
68 issues, bitch. When I recommend a book, it's usually like, oh, there's like 4 issues out.
Well, Fang the Hunter, you only have 4 issues, so just read those issues.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And also go watch Adrenaline Dubs. They're an amazing, talented dub team that takes even longer to come out with their dubs than the comics come out with issues. So,
Good to know.
but they finished the Zombot arc. So if you want a complete story, go listen to them. They're pretty
Just
cool.
just to let you know, Jake, when me and Austin eventually do our Massiverse video part 2, we will be talking about long pauses within comics. So yeah, this won't be the last
I
time we talk
literally
about it.
talked about that literally earlier tonight.
Oh yeah.
Waiting
Well,
2 years for 5.
get ready for more of that talk, Witch. But anyway, let's listen to hear you talk about the next comic.
Hi, I know this might sound weird, but I'm talking about Wolverine issue 44, Sabretooth War Part 4, Creed's Ultimate
Ooh,
Revenge. You might be wondering, why? Why are you
why
talking about a random Wolverine book?
why are you talking about war, Witch? I thought we wanted more peace in our lives.
Well, you'll see why I'm talking about this issue in just a moment. Let me start talking.
Hmm.
Anyways, so we get some narration from Logan being like, my son Akihiro is dead. I'm surprised he actually remembers Akihiro. Quentin Quire's dead. Some of the last mutants on this planet are dead. It's true. I've been keeping an eye out because of Sabretooth, because Sabretooth's a bitch. Like, Esme, I believe her name. She's one of the Stefford Cuckoos. She's still alive and kicking. Like Black Tom and Sage are okay, But don't worry, they'll be fine. Anyways, so we cut over to like the medical room, and you might be wondering, who else is in this medical room with Logan? Well, good thing you asked, because it's my boy, some of my favorite twins, Jean Paul Beaubier and Jean Marie Beaubier, bitch. North Star and Aurora.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
why am I in this
course.
book, baby? That's literally the only reason why I'm talking about any of this book.
Which, just so you know, it took a war for you to talk about them. Which, you feel happy?
Hey, I don't get a lot of these two. I'm gonna talk about it as much as humanly possible.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, so Logan's like, I'm gonna kill them all. I'm gonna fucking kill them all. And JP is like, they're gone. There's nothing we could do right here now. Just stay down so we can stitch you back together so you can heal, man. And he's like, that doesn't have to be pretty. Just make it stick. Like, the healing factor would take care of the rest. And Logan's like, JP's like, Aurora, are you okay? And Logan's like, you need to get the fuck out of here now. And Aurora, being a boss ass bitch as she is, she's like, I'm sorry, but I'm not able to move on as easily as you. Like, Akihiro's dead. My love, your son. That's why I'm stuck, you fucking asshole. And it's like, I'm gonna be stuck there for a long ass time, unlike you, Logan. And keep in mind, if you guys know anything about Aurora, this completely makes sense, because she's been through a lot of bullshit in her life, not just with romantic partners, but just in general. So this is a completely valid response from her. Like, she's been through like a shit ton of abusive relationships in her life, and it's like, the moment that she gets into a romantic relationship where she's not treated like shit, he fucking dies. He gets brutally murdered by Sabretooth. And it's like, Logan's trying to like be like, you have to get over it, you have to leave. And it's like, my guy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, you're already somewhere else. Like, you've already moved on, you know, to the part where it plans, like, where it involves killing, dude. But it's like, shit. And she puts his hand back on his body, and she's like, does it hurt? And like, I hope it hurts. I hope it runs, like, hurts deep down, because it's
God
not
damn.
fucking fair if that part of you heals too. The part
Oh.
inside of you. And you could see her, like, quickly, like, really quickly sewing him back together and shit.
Yeah.
He's holding him down. And it's like, I get it. I 100% get it. Like, girl, you are allowed to mourn. You know, like, I feel like the twins should be allowed to mourn a bit more than they usually do. But, and she says some, like, this a really iconic ass line. I'm gonna read this like word for word, okay? I don't care if we're over 2 hours. Anyways, she's like, you can never love him, you can never protect him, so you owe him your fucking grief. And she leaves the room because she's obviously upset. Like, more than upset, but you know what I mean.
I can imagine her saying, like, no amount of healing factor in the world can heal a broken heart.
No, and for real. And it's like,
Yep.
I don't even remember the last time that Logan actually, like, cared for Akihiro. The only time that he actually cares is if Laura and Gabby are also involved.
Yeah.
Like, I never see Logan actually care for Akihiro besides in this one book. The issue before he gets, like, the issue he gets murdered in, by the way. Like, right before he gets murdered, that's the only time. And it's one of the only few times that Logan actually calls his son by his fucking name. And that's what pisses me off about this book. Like, he does not see why Aurora's upset. You know, and JP has to, like, mediate the situation like he always has to, because he's also not allowed to grieve about anything either. You know, and he's like, oh, give her time, give yourself time too. And he also leaves, you know, because so he leaves. Logan sits up, and Domino says, I hope he can run because we've got a runner, you know. And we see Domino and Colossus, you know, and we see that the Captain America Sabretooth is running away from the North Pole base, you know. And he's like, fuck, they left me, they abandoned me in this shit ass wasteland, you know. And it's like, fuck off, just perish, you son of a bitch. Like, why do you
jump off an airplane, why don't you, without a parachute?
Just perish. I don't care where, just fucking die, asshole.
Forget the parachute. Just perish.
Just perish. Anyway, so hours later, apparently, so we see Logan, Domino, and Colossus are skiing down some of these mountains, and they're like, the cold would have killed him by now, don't you think? And Logan's like, there's no easy way to kill a Creed, which is true. I don't read a lot of Sabretooth stuff, but that I do know. Anyway, so Logan's like, hold up, let's get off the trail real quick, you know. And it's like, there's some trouble nearby. Keep looking out, like, you know, circle around, do your thing. Keep in mind, he already knows that we're here, you know. And guess what? That guy, like, that Sabretooth attacks Domino, but don't worry, she's fine. And so Sabretooth takes the gun that Domino was carrying and tries to shoot at her and also Colossus. But guess what? Fastball. It is fastball time.
Of course.
They don't get to do that all. So Logan gets a good hit on it on Creed. You know, they're fighting it out, they're duking it out. You know, Colossus checks up on Domino, and she's like, forget me, just stop Logan, man. We need this Creed alive. You know, and Colossus stops him, and like Logan's like, get the fuck off of me. I say get the fuck off of me. He killed my son. I don't even think it was this specific Creed, but fair enough. And also, shut the fuck up, Logan. You did not give a shit about Akihiro before Krakoa. Shut the fuck up. God. Like, love you, but come on. You bitch. Anyway, so Colossus is like, I'm sorry, Logan, but if we're gonna stop Sabretooth's army, we're gonna need a soldier to interrogate. And that's what they do. And Sage is doing like some research stuff because it's Sage. And she's like, you're Creed, but you're not Creed. Like, are you a clone? And keep in mind, this Sabretooth is not giving her any answers. He's like, fuck you. You know, like stuff like that whenever they try to do it. And Logan, like, threatens him with the claws, you know, and be like, hey, like, he's not going to tell you anything. Like, use your telepathy or I'm gutting him out, you know. And it's like, oh, Sage, don't worry. Sage gets a good punch in the face. And she's like, if this keeps up, I'm not going to be able to hold him back, you know? Like, if you want to live, you got to talk, you know? But guess what? He don't really need to, because guess who pulls the fuck up?
Who?
One of our favorite Stepford Cuckoos, Esme. I mean, we love all of the Stepford Cuckoos, but you know what I mean. She doesn't need help, you know, and she uses her telepathy to look into his mind and get some answers, because she's also grieving the loss of someone she cares about. Like, Quentin Quire literally risked his life to save her, and now he's dead, you know, because of Sabretooth. So she wants her own revenge too. Like, she's gonna help out the best she can, you know.
Yeah.
So basically, she grabs his head and looks through his mind, you know, gets a whole bunch of answers, you know. And so we also get some narration from someone. Honestly, I think it was Esme. No, it was Logan. So he's like, oh, Aurora said she hoped I was hurting. And what she doesn't know, my only scars are the ones I carry inside me. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, Logan. Like, you don't get it. Like, we get it. You have your own personal trauma. But that, like, at the same time, you don't understand, like, the grief that she's going through. And you're just undermining her grief for what? Your own personal vendetta against Sabretooth? Like, yeah, this has been going on for centuries, bitch. We know. Don't undermine someone else's pain because you didn't actually care about the person who was killed by your fucking worst enemy, bitch. Like, fuck.
Right.
Like, shit. So basically, we go through Logan's history with Creed and all that other stuff. It's great times. We see him getting dragged down in the pit. It's great. We love it, I guess. That was like, Creed going in the pit was probably one of the best things versus one of the worst things they could have done, in my personal opinion. Because if I get concrete evidence that Sabretooth killed Wildchild, I'm going on a fucking rager. No kidding. So anyways, Logan goes into the room that Laura was last in, because remember, she was gonna give him a birthday present before all this shit went down, because Sabretooth can't have Logan have one good fucking day in his life.
Oh, that's actually an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I know it's an ongoing thing. That's why I said that Creed can't let him have one good day.
Anyway, good birthday. That's the thing.
Anyway, so Logan opens up the thing. And it's a mug that says "World's Best Dad." I would put "World's Okayest Dad," depending on who we're talking about. If it's with his son, no. If it's with his daughters, yeah. Anyway, so the note says, like, overstatement of the century, maybe, but we see that you're trying, and that means something. Happy birthday, Laura, aka the best Wolverine, and I agree. And so, yeah, that's where that goes, you know. Like, we just see him, like, kind of like, oh, fuck, you know. And it's like, bitch, you're going to see why Aurora is really upset, and it's gonna be your fault. Anyways, so yeah, we have a couple more pages. So we're cutting back to Esme, Domino, and Sage going through Sabretooth, like that Sabretooth's brain, looking through all the stuff, being like, oh, Creed recruited him. He's been recruiting all of them from different universes, like building an army. Like, most of them don't have heads, by the way, just letting you know. They're just basically like flesh robots with no heads. You know?
Right.
So that's funsies. And so basically, it's like, you've imprisoned them, him and the other exiles, condemning them to a worse and worse, than like less than the rest of you, blah, 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 you know. But it's like, you're killing all these people in your names, you know. And it's like, we get this like demon Sabretooth that is going after Esme, you know. And that that Cap Creed, I'm gonna call him Cap Creed, it makes the most sense. He's like, it has begun, like, your punishment has begun. Oh, it was not Esme, it was Phoebe. My bad. I can't remember names for shit.
Yeah.
At least I was right with the Stepford Cuckoos. Anyways, going back to it. So basically, she's like freaking out, you know. And so then Domino's like, Phoebe, what's wrong? You know, it's like, and Sadie like, what she was talking about before, I'm picking up on it too. Like, I don't know, maybe it was like some psychic malware or something like that, you know. Like, it's gonna kill her and all this other stuff, you know. And Domino's like, fuck that, pulls out a gun and shoots the guy in the head. And so basically,
Domino's got to be Domino.
I mean, she's great, she's
Mhm.
lovely. And so
Mhm.
Sage basically lays down Phoebe, and like just make sure that she's not dead, And guess what? Like Phoebe sees Quentin, like a manifestation, like a psychic manifestation of Quentin, because remember he's an Omega level telepath. Just remember that.
Yep. Yep.
And so then when she calls out to Quentin, Domino's like, "What is she talking about?" And like Sage is like, she's probably like hallucinating or something. And so then Quentin's like, "Phoebe, I'm right here. Like, send help, But then we cut over to Logan taking one of the ships, like probably the one ship they have. And basically Phoebe sends Wolverine to go find Quentin. And it's like Sage is like, "Wolverine, no, we don't know if like we saw was true, like risky. Krakoa is surrounded by Stark Sentinels. What are you doing?" And Wolverine's like, "Sorry, Sage, no one else gets hurt. I'm going, like, so nobody else gets hurt. I'm going at it alone." And okay, I know I ranted about this throughout the book, but I need to get this straight. I need to get this fully straight, the straightest I could get it to be. Logan, fuck you, fuck you. I hope that did hurt. I hope all of this hurts because, like, Aurora and Northstar and Akihiro, they literally came down to help you guys out during all of this, and that's how you're gonna be treating her after your son dies, and you're gonna act like you cared about your son this entire time. Like, I get it, you're trying to be a better father. However, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, literally, if you've read X Factor and anything after that with Aurora and Akihiro's relationship building, these are two characters that have been through a lot of bullshit in their lives, and they found solace in each other and were healing together. And then this shit happens, and Wolverine's like, "Oh, the only pain that I feel is the scars that are deep down." Shut the fuck up, Logan. Shut your fucking mouth. You know it's bad when the two most competent characters in this entire book are two characters that were not even in this book in the fucking first place. Like, you know what Northstar, Aurora, and Akihiro could have been doing at this point? They could have been helping to save mutants and bringing them to the fucking Shi'ar homeworld so that they could be safe. But no, they decided to go down to the North Pole to help your bitch ass out, and this is how you're treating them? You're lucky that Northstar hasn't lost his shit over the fact that he's never gonna get his daughter back. So you're lucky. You are fucking lucky, Logan. I love you, but come the fuck on. Give me a fucking break. Let's fucking move on before I go on a bigger rant.
Yeah, they will be like, "Wolverine, we know you literally had your heart sliced in two by a sword, but we know a thing or two about a broken heart, Logan."
But we know a fucking thing or two about losing the people that we fucking care about. Because unlike you, we actually cared about people. And it's like, keep in mind, I'm gonna bring this up. One of the only times, like pre this book, like pre anything, that people actually called Akihiro by his actual name. One of the earliest times they did that was in X Factor with Northstar. Just keep that in mind. Northstar and Aurora care about Akihiro more than his actual fucking father.
Gotcha.
Fuck off, Logan. Fuck off with that bullshit.
Go back to sleeping with Jean and Cyclops in your little orgy.
Please, dude. Or like fucking go bang Storm and Kurt for all, like fucking hell. Anyways, let's move on before I get an even bigger headache, because I have a massive ass headache.
All right, guys. With that, we got one more topic to talk about. It won't be as lengthy as the war Witch was talking about, but it's still a war nonetheless. And finally, we're done with a war. We're talking about the gang war finale. So, what can I say about gang war? If you had any previous conceptions on, what was it, Zeb Wells' run on Spider-Man? If you were hesitant about getting into this event because of him, well, guess what? Your feelings were valid. There wasn't much meat to this book to this event as a whole. Some of the stuff that looked like there was a spark of genius. Like even those fell flat. I like the part where Kingpin came in, right? Because he's here looking after his son too, who's one of the heads of this whole war event. And you have Tombstone coming in looking after his daughter, who's also a player in this event as well. Two dads just trying to make sure their kids are doing okay. But that really didn't go anywhere. Beetle, y'all remember the Beetle? Nobody does, I guess. The girl
Oh,
who's
sorry, I didn't read Gang War. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, but the Beetle, right? The one who led her own crime syndicate. Those those female versions of Spider-Man's villains.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean she's been a consistent character with storylines to her own in recent years. And in this, she was supposed to be married to Robbie Thompson's son, but because he got shot down, she decided, I'm going full villain, I'm out for blood in this event. So she ditches her Beetle costume and wears a hideous Beetle costume. I mean, god dang, this design was looking so horrible. But nothing much to say. I don't know what. This just felt like this was a story arc in Spider-Man that Marvel's like, okay, we need an event to fill up the status quo. Okay, let's just do whatever Zeb Wells is doing at the moment.
What the fuck even is Zeb Wells doing at the moment?
Yeah, Spider-Man. He's making sure Spider-Man is being cuckolded, which.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Okay, he ain't special.
Gotcha. But yeah, everything you could pretty much think of that you don't like an event, it's in Gang War. I've already made my feelings perfectly clear as to what I felt about Luke Cage's miniseries. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. There's not really much meat into this event. So yeah, we're done with war, audience. And with that, yeah, we got through all topics, guys.
Whoa. Sorry, I went heated on that Wolverine book.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
I had a lot of feelings about that issue.
At least you had a war that you enjoyed talking about or allowed you to air your grievances at.
I just hope that we get more North Star and Aurora, but at the same time, I'm writing that fan fiction because I'm pissed.
Of North Star and Aurora?
It doesn't have to be a romantic fucking relationship.
Okay. Just
fan fiction could be about anything you want. I'm filling in the blanks because I'm pissed.
Gotcha.
Cryptid, you need to learn more about fanfiction. Just
Gotcha. I only read Spidey Pool fanfiction, just to let you know. So,
good to know, audience. Good to know.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. With that, yeah, I guess that's it. I'll plug in our socials.
Go follow the socials. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on the Twitter at ComicFanatic69. Follow me on Twitter at WitchofYotin with an E instead of a U. Yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at witch_of_Jotunheim. I don't know what Jake is doing. He probably died, but it's okay. We'll be back in the next issue.
He could.
Possible.
Yeah, exactly. See, he's back. I told you I'd bring him back.
He just couldn't stand the war. Us talking about war, which
hurts my soul. Listen, every war in the world hurts my soul greatly. Okay.
I fucking get it.
How do you think a comic book fan feels, Jake? How many wars have we gone in the past 2 years?
Too many.
That's why I don't read comics.
Anywhoosies, let's close out the night, and we'll see you guys later. So good night, y'all. I'm gonna go take some more Tylenol because my head hurts.
You're welcome. By the way.
Calling it. We're getting World War Fantastic in the future. Bye, audience.
Have a good night, audience. We'll talk to you later.